This next one we're going to talk about the stance, that 70-30 stance, or what's called a bow stance, right? Most common stance in Tai Chi. So if I'm stepping out, right, I step out here. When I come forward, what I want to make sure is, if you notice, let's see, let me do it on this side here, or like here. If you notice where my shoulder is, it's right over this front hip. So I want to be careful not to have, if you draw a center line right through my body, it's not going to come halfway between my feet, and I certainly don't want to be on the back hip like this. So I don't want to be like this, so my shoulder's over my back hip. That's a really bad position to be in, as you can probably see. I don't want to be in the center either. What I want to do is bring my shoulder over my front hip. So it's right over the front hip. Now what we want to be careful of is, when I talked about pushing the knee, what I meant is, if you look, and I got a stripe here, it goes straight down to the ground, right? My knee is right over my ankle. What I want to avoid doing is this. So you see how all the energy is going out through my knee. So as we come forward, what we need to do is to stop moving forward as soon as our knee gets above our ankle. One of the ways you can do that is to notice the weight right behind the ball of the foot. You don't want to bring your weight all the way to your toes. So that's one way of doing that. So when you come forward, move, Scout. When you come forward, you want your knee over your ankle. Now the other piece is, to do that, we don't want to collapse our back knee, right? So when we come forward, a lot of people, what they'll do to come forward is they'll do this. I don't particularly care for that. Okay, some styles do that, but I don't care for it for a number of reasons. So when you come forward, you stop moving forward, and then it's like there's a pebble here, and you want to push here behind your knee. You want to push that back, but without locking it. So it's like you're pushing your knee back, and that'll drive your heel into the ground. So the heel is being driven in that direction. You're sinking straight in this direction. So it creates a triangle. So you want a triangle feel. So again, I'm not here in the center. I'm not collapsing my back knee. I'm not pushing my knee forward. I have as if a right angle triangle going on here, and the weight is more distributed on the front leg. That center line is 70% forward. If you look at my toe and my heel, my center line is 70% to the front leg. And that requires you to drop this hip. So you have to relax the hip with, again, that crease, which is called the quad. You always want to be relaxing that. So I come forward, stop moving forward, pop, what I call popping the pebble, grinding the heel, relax the hip. All these things will give you this sense of being pushed into the ground, but being able to be very relaxed. Okay?